The universe is like a never-ending pattern of big bangs, each making new worlds. If you looked at a science book from before 2006, Pluto was listed as one of 9 planets. But, like, almost 17 years ago, the International Astronomical Union, IAU, said Pluto wasn't a planet anymore, which people still argue about today. But it's not over. NASA just dropped some super clear pics of Pluto, which has made everyone interested again. Tech keeps getting better, so we're going further into space. We've come a long way since the Apollo 11 moon landing, but space is huge, so we still have tons of questions. That's where NASA's cool projects, like the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, come in. JWST is trying to figure out its own stuff, but it also builds on what NASA did before, creating a story of discovery. One big question is if we need to rethink our idea of the universe, like the Big Bang, because of all the new things we're finding out. Pluto is, again, part of that conversation. The Hubble Space Telescope let us peek further into our solar system, and its clear books might need updates. Pluto, once just a dwarf planet, might become a planet again. The IAU's decision in 2006 was made with not much info, but the JWST now has the visuals to maybe change everything. For years, people have been split. Some believe the IAU was too quick to kick Pluto out, while others were okay with its new status. As we check out space, the debate about what Pluto is continues, with JWST pushing it back into the spotlight. NASA's first clear photos of Pluto, taken during the New Horizons mission, are changing what we know about this faraway world. In July 2015, New Horizons flew by Pluto and its moons, the first time humans saw this distant thing up close. The info it got was amazing, showing details about Pluto's surface and moons, like its biggest one, Charon. It helped us understand Pluto and the Kuiper Belt better. New Horizons gave NASA 6.25 gigabytes of stuff, including awesome pictures of Pluto's surface, moons, and what it's made of. What it found was, like, incredible. Pluto might not be a planet anymore, but it's not dead. Its surface and air have changed, which is hard for scientists who need to tweak their ideas. The mission's success set the stage for more trips to distant stuff, and with the James Webb Space Telescope here, anything is possible. One of the coolest things from New Horizons was that Pluto has a heart, literally. It's called Sputnik Planitia, a big nitrogen glacier covering 1 million square miles, and it makes a lot of Pluto's geology happen. The heart shape made Pluto's spin axis change. Before, scientists didn't think Pluto's basin was opposite its biggest moon, Charon. This change shows how much gravity these things have on each other. But wait, there's more. Under Pluto's icy surface is a huge ocean. This hidden ocean, with Sputnik Planitia, made Pluto's spin axis change. Finding liquid water on Pluto changes everything and brings up if it could have life. It might be too soon to know if Pluto's ocean is livable, but it joins other ocean worlds like Titan, Enceladus, and Europa, which might also have life. The stuff on Pluto is just the start of a potential time in planetary science. The James Webb Space Telescope is here, and scientists are getting more data than ever, which will change our idea of the universe. JWST is cool because it can see further into space, so we might find new planetary systems, stars, and galaxies that we missed before. The telescope will give us more info on Pluto and the furthest parts of our solar system. Pluto's reclassification in 2006 as a dwarf planet has been a big discussion in space stuff. Many people think the decision was quick, with not much info and old rules. Now, NASA's new stuff, including high-quality pictures and lots of data, those who want Pluto back as a planet might have what they need. Some scientists even think the idea of what a planet is should be updated, because we understand space things better now. One cool thing about this debate is how the public feels. Pluto is special to many space fans. When it got demoted in 2006, it felt bad for people who grew up learning about the 9 planets. But science changes, and what we know today might change tomorrow. If Pluto becomes a planet again, it shows that we can rethink and change our understanding of space. Besides those things, the new findings about Pluto have real effects for planetary science. As New Horizons and JWST give us new stuff, scientists can better study the geology, air, and if Pluto could have life. The idea that Pluto might have an underground ocean puts it in a group of worlds that might hold clues about life outside Earth. If there's water under Pluto, what else could be there? What else could be happening that we don't know about? The answers could really affect how we see the solar system. Finding an ocean on Pluto also makes us rethink how icy worlds play a role in our search for life. Before, we looked at planets and moons closer to the Sun that could have water on the surface. But each mission shows that life might live in places we thought were too harsh or far away. Europa, a moon of Jupiter, has been a great place to check, and now Pluto might join it as an interesting world that might have life. As cool as these finds are, they show we still have limited tech. The data from New Horizons and JWST is awesome, but we still don't know everything about Pluto and other faraway objects. To really understand, future missions need to go further, probe deeper, and get more info. So, we need to keep investing in space stuff, so we have the tools to answer questions that missions like New Horizons and JWST have made us ask. One hard part of space trips, checking out faraway objects such as Pluto, is where to put our money. Why spend millions on a small, icy world when we have more important things to do, finding planets that might have life closer by? NASA has to deal with this when planning future missions. But, as the New Horizons mission proves, checking out these faraway worlds can give us unexpected stuff. The data from Pluto might help us understand the whole Kuiper Belt, a space that we don't really know about. The search for life is a big reason for NASA's missions. With phosphorus found in Enceladus Ocean, life is more possible. Phosphorus is needed for DNA and RNA. There's still no hard proof Pluto's ocean could have life, but water opens the door for more checking. As we check out the outer parts of our solar system, missions like New Horizons and JWST are changing our idea of faraway worlds. The data has already made scientists rethink what they thought about Pluto and the other little things in the Kuiper Belt. The debate about Pluto being a planet might continue, but Pluto is more active and complex than we thought, and its story is not over. Pluto keeps surprising us. NASA isn't sampling the ice planets yet, but Pluto is giving us awesome finds that change what we know about distant planets. One cool thing is Pluto's own kind of volcano. Let's break it down. Pluto was demoted, but has a heart that changes its spin axis and maybe an ocean under its crust. It's also volcanically active. This makes some scientists really criticize the group that kicked Pluto out. But that's for another time. Let's focus on Pluto's volcanoes. When we think of volcanoes, we picture lava coming from a mountain, hot like lava from Hawaiian volcanoes. But Pluto's volcanoes are very different. NASA's pictures show that Pluto has cryovolcanism, where cold, slushy ice comes from the surface. This cryolava is near freezing and makes new geological things. Pluto's heart, Sputnik Planitia, also helps this. In the south of this region are two big mountains, which scientists think are cryovolcanoes. NASA's research also found ice volcanoes in Pluto's western region, Viking Terra. This area has deep cracks that could only be from ice-cold lava. These finds have changed how we see Pluto's geological things. Pluto's biggest moon, Charon, has also shown cool stuff. It wasn't as important as other moons, but it is now. The moon's surface has two different terrains, a smooth plain in the south and a rough one in the north. This means Charon might have an ocean under its ice, which is something to check out later. NASA's pictures also show that Pluto has dunes. They aren't sand, but made of methane ice from the Sputnik Glacier. The dunes are on Pluto with weak gravity, thin air, and a frozen surface. As we are about to make new finds with the James Webb Space Telescope, Pluto isn't dead. The data we got has opened a door to things and is giving us a better of this faraway world. As we check out the mysteries of our solar system, smaller icy things like Pluto and its moons are getting more important. They were looked past before, but are now being looked at more. Finding geological things, like cryovolcanism on Pluto, is changing how we think about places that could have life, not just with water, but what energies could be in these far places. Ice volcanism on Pluto means there could be heat, maybe from the moons or radioactive stuff in its core. This opens up how planets and moons far from the Sun might have complex things happen like those on Earth. Also, Pluto's active geology is changing what we thought about what happens to planets in far parts of the solar system. The young surface of Pluto and an ocean means these worlds might be more alive than we thought. The chance of geological stuff in places like the Kuiper Belt makes scientists rethink other icy things out there, which might have hidden oceans or volcanoes. The discovery of Pluto's air and seasonal changes makes us understand how these far things can still be active. With future missions focusing on even further Kuiper Belt objects, the question of Pluto's place in our solar system is still talked about. But with the tech of spacecraft like the JWST, we are closer to answering these questions and if there's life elsewhere. The more we find about Pluto, the more we know we have to learn. Checking out these worlds may help us know what makes a planet live, if it's in our solar system or somewhere else.